Welcome to Obsession Engineering. I'm on my holidays. I've got my full leathers with me on holiday because I've come to the US of A to ride something a bit interesting. But that's next week. And today I'm in Seattle and I happen to have a few hours spare. So I've been on Twisted Rider and I have rented a little BMW. And I'm going to jump on it and I'm going to go and see if the scenery around Seattle, if I can say it properly, the scenery around Seattle is as breathtaking as everybody tells me. So Dan's loaned me his bike, I'm going to chuck my helmet on, we'll hit the road, see what this place is like. So the bike I'm riding today is a little 310 BMW. So this is the little single cylinder mid 30 horsepower thing. And the reason I've rented this today is because it was the closest one to the airport, if I'm honest. And it's decent value on Twisted Road. I looked on Eagle Rider and they wanted me to buy the bike, not rent it. So this is cool. It's not going to cost me a lot of money in petrol, and all motorbikes are good fun when you're riding around on them. So let's get going. So the first thing to do on any good road trip is get out of the city. And luckily, it was quite easy to get out of the Seattle area. I jumped on the I-5 south, and as you can see, I'm in the trees. And before long, I'll be heading on the 101 over to like the peninsula that's over the next side, over the water from Seattle. And over there is somewhere I think I should go and visit. So this is my exit. I've been to Aberdeen in the UK quite a lot of times. Not sure I'm going to Aberdeen in Washington State today though. That is not on the plan. 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. Big, open, completely empty road. Top job. But on the plus side, I am at my first stop for the day. So this is Ridge Motorsport Park. And it looks pretty cool from here. So Ridge Park looks like a really cool racetrack. It's quite long, I think it's getting on for 3 miles. Big long start finish straight, and then it's up and down in the hills, in the trees. It looks like a real, like, organic racetrack, a bit like the likes of Alton Park and Cadwell. And this place is just, yeah, it's cool. This might have to go on the list of places to come and ride. Unfortunately not today, because there's actually a race school on that I haven't booked on, and the little 310 BMW isn't mine. So the one thing I'm definitely not going to do is rattle it around a racetrack. If a track school is something that appeals to you, I have excellent news, because at Rapid we are expanding, and next year we are rolling out Trackmaster. So you can come to a Rapid day and have racers teaching you how to go around a track faster, concentrating on your riding skills so that you can be better, faster and more confident. Check it out at rapidtraining.co.uk. A little bit of spectating done, and it is time to get back on the road because I've got more scenery I want to see. I'm not sure how exciting the roads will get, but at least the scenery should be good. If I'd have planned this a little bit further in advance, I would have probably done a bit of research and found some twistier roads to ride around. But it is America and they like to point stuff straight. So for now, we'll do a fair bit more going straight. Woo! Look, a lot of water. That's sort of what I came to see, is hills and lakes and things. That's lovely over there, isn't it? Lovely. Right, what kind of noise does it make? Let's dog it down a couple of gears and go. Some. It makes some noise, but not a vast amount. Thought we could do a bit more of a review of the little BMW, as I've done about 90 miles on the bike now, and I'm getting to know it fairly well. So let's give you a very thorough review, and we shall start with the most important thing in almost all motorbikes, the engine. The lump in the middle that gives it its beating heart. And what I can tell you about it so far is it's got an engine. It's definitely got one. It's not very big and it doesn't do a vast amount, but it has got one. It's also got some brakes. That's pretty much all I could say about them. There's one at the front and one at the back. Like the engine, they're there and they function. Pretty much all you can say about them. The chassis, of course, the thing that gives it its dynamic ability, its ability to hook into corners and give you that inner confidence to throw it. Well, it's got a chassis. It holds the engine and the wheels and the brakes together. That's pretty much it, as far as I can tell. Like any small, relatively slow bike, it doesn't need to do anything particularly exciting. And it doesn't. But it doesn't do anything wrong, so that'll do. Gearbox, yep. 6 gears in a box. They all work. No quick shifters, no blippers, nothing like that. Oh, that's about it really. It's got a seat. It's quite low. I don't really need a low seat, so I have to sit at the back of it to get my legs onto the foot pegs. Yep. Oh, and it's got some suspension. That'll do. Right, that's the thorough review done. Back to enjoying the scenery. I'm beginning to get a bit more scenery now as well. Down my nice avenue of trees and big hills all around, pine trees everywhere, nice bit of water behind me. This is turning into really quite a nice road trip. And I could have just rented a car and driven around, but I don't think you get the full impression in a car. You don't get the temperature and you don't get the smells. I've just been past an oyster farm and that did smell, so maybe a car would have been better. But on a bike, you're immersed in the scenery more. You're part of it. You can feel like you're interacting. So, for me, if you want to actually experience being somewhere, ride a bike. Being in a car is a bit like watching it on the TV. You're watching it through the glass screen, probably with the radio on, sat in your comfy seat like being on your sofa at home. Here, I'm involved in it. And it's much better. This is definitely a better way to enjoy the scenery. And we've actually started to get some corners. Meow! These corners had a 25 mile an hour speed like warning. I'm going to use it as a warning, not a limit. So we can actually begin to have some fun on this little BMW, see what it's all about. Meow! Obviously I'm still definitely doing 25. I'm not looking at the... oh, I'm not. Damn it. Would you believe I doubled the advisory speed and I survived it? How terribly naughty of me. Also notice they have these signs that say slow vehicle turnout. Basically it's a little lay-by so people can get out the way. And the only vehicle I've seen actually use one so far is a Toyota Prius, which would have been perfectly capable of actually driving faster if the people driving it weren't so dull. My dad has a Prius. Not going to say any more. We are definitely getting some bigger scenery now. I can understand why I've seen a few trucks driving around with lumber on the back, because there is a lot of trees here and a lot of landscape to get. I can also now understand why we build their houses out of wood, because there's a lot of it. I have had a stop to fill up the motorcycle with fuel and the rider with fuel. A bit over 150 miles now, so I'm on the way back towards Seattle area, and I'm still enjoying my mini... I found another straight road and another selection of trees to look at, but in general the scenery is quite nice. It's not massively spectacular like the Lake District and the Peak District and all these other wonderful bits of Britain, but it is pretty good. And the best thing is, the weather's nice, I've got a motorbike, and I get to ride around. And really, that is the whole point of this, is it's just great to get out on a motorbike. It doesn't really matter, ooh, it's an interesting thing, it doesn't really matter whether it's a big fast motorcycle or a little potter around motorcycle. The important thing is to get out and ride around. We can get out in front of some traffic as well, because this thing is actually fast enough to go right around on. I mean, keeping up with traffic is particularly easy. I mean, it may not be the biggest, fastest, fanciest thing, but it doesn't have to be. So if you've got a motorbike that isn't the biggest, fastest, fanciest thing, it doesn't mean you shouldn't go out and ride around, because that view in front of me is pretty cool. And if I wasn't sat on a motorbike, I would not be appreciating that anywhere near as much. Beautiful bit of water, nice bit of scenery, straight road because we're in America, and apparently there's a drawbridge so they can let the boats through, and this is lovely. It has to be said that a lot of the American roads are very straight. I may have mentioned this before. So this isn't the main road to where I'm aiming for. This is a considerably smaller road. It's still quite big and the tarmac is still in excellent condition. It's just not the main road, even though it looks like it. So I've turned off, done a bit of exploring and seeing what happens in front of me. And I don't really mind how long it takes me to get somewhere, because I'm just out enjoying the ride. And it's really quite nice. It's been busy with work recently, so the chance to just ride around on a motorbike for an entire day and not really care where I go or which route I take is refreshing. Excellent! I've actually found a sign that says there's corners, and it says 30 miles an hour max. I see that as a challenge. So, let's see what this little 310's like round some proper corners. It goes round them. I haven't needed to touch the brakes yet, so that's a bonus. The overbanding is a little excessive. Yes, this is much more like it. This is why we ride motorbikes. Ooh, this corner's got a 10 mile an hour max on it. I bet they're wrong. They are wrong. Look at this, an actual hairpin. How fun is this? That was it, I was nearly triple their advisory speed. How reckless of me. This bit of road's actually that good, I might have to turn around and do it again. So this is why I enjoy motorbikes. I've been exploring today, and I will admit most of the really exciting scenery has been hidden behind some trees. I literally couldn't see the wood for the trees today. But I've been out in the open air on a cool little motorbike, riding around enjoying myself. Absolutely no stress at all to be anywhere at any time. And at the end of it nearly, I've found a good little road where we can have a bit of fun, thrash around on this little motorbike and enjoy myself. I'm calling that a good day out. So the sun is setting over there and I'm just dropping Dan's little 310 back, and it has been good fun. At no point today, other than when I was doing a couple of overtakes, did I think I need more power. And the advantage to a little bike is they're fun and they're light and you can chuck them around. I am not tired in the slightest from muscling a big lump around. That is actually really quite good fun. So my tip is, get on your motorbike, go out and ride, enjoy yourself, and we'll see you next time for some more motorbike fun.